Yo, check it out. We back once again. The show is Where the Sidewalk Ends. The network is All Access Broadcasting. And I'm your host, Gabriel Cannon. Today, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. We're going to kind of be playing off of what we went over last episode, the evils in Hollywood. We also got a special guest. I'll surprise you guys in a minute. But today is kind of about the diversity in Hollywood, the diversity. We see, Diddy just put out a bunch of stuff about how, hip-hop culture doesn't get the recognition that it got because, most of the people in hip-hop are people of color. I know the Oscars just passed. The Oscars is a big deal about the Oscars. We see that the Oscars are stepping their game up more than they have before, but, a lot of people are still a lot of backlash that, people of color are not getting the just due that they should in any form, way, shape, or form of entertainment. That's what we're talking about, the diversity in Hollywood. Why is it that way? Why is it that way? Why is, I was just talking to somebody the other day about roles, roles in Hollywood. And, this person wanted to break in Hollywood and, they had a bunch of ambition and wanted to do this. And their idea was what I call the old school way of breaking into Hollywood. They think, okay, I'm going to get my headshots. I'm going to get this. Then I'm going to get in line and audition, compete with about 200 people for one role and cross my fingers and pray to God that I get this role that somebody else wrote, that somebody else, you know what I mean? And what we're kind of seeing today, people taking control of their career themselves, whether it's because technology has grown, whether it's because, we're tired of living in this box. And I believe, if I was going to tell a story about African people in the desert, I would probably want to hear those stories from somebody who was there, somebody who grew up in that culture. But in Hollywood, we see that the people who's writing these narratives about whether it's black culture, whether it's Asian culture, Hispanic culture, Latino, their cultures is growing, and it's a major market. But it's not getting the just due. There's people stealing people's music, all over the globe. So that's what we're talking about. Diversity in Hollywood. Why is it? I feel one of the biggest reasons is because we're not writing our own narratives. We're not writing our own films. We're leaving it up to somebody else to write our parts, write our stories, write our narratives, tell our stories for us, and we're just happy to get the check, get the role, and say, "Mama, you see me on TV?" And it's not true to the real, interaction of kind of what we're doing. Hollywood has giving us the idea of, I remember back in the day, if it was black folks, they didn't even let black people play black roles. They would get white people, put them in blackface makeup, put on big old lipstick and, hi, I'm Kunta. And, they'll give you these stereotypical things. I remember seeing some stuff to where, they wanted the black male to look like a monster, an ape, so what they did was in all of these Hollywood films, they had the big old black man chasing the little white girl, or King Kong hanging the girl off the building, to where, these are just movies, these are fiction, fairy tale things, but especially when there wasn't no internet and there wasn't all of these sources to get information from, there's only like 4 channels, so, if they're showing you this is how black culture is, be careful, grab your purse, because they might steal from you, and they're giving you these images. You can't blame a person for when they go outside and they've been fed these images that, I would be scared too. You keep showing me that, if Chinese people, you go around Chinese people, they chop you in it. I would go and kind of be a little nervous if that's what has been fed to me. So, we kind of trying to dig the root up. We trying to go to the root of what is the issue. When it comes to men, I know one of the biggest things I've seen the show Barbershop, and I seen a guy I thought was cool on the movie Barbershop. I remember Ice Cube, the movie, and I seen a guy smoking, and I didn't smoke, but because they made him look so cool, I began to see my friend, hey, let me hit that. Because they gave me that image, and that's what I thought was cool. They showed us, they would have these campaigns. They had a cartoon, a camel back in the day, smoke, and they're showing this cool hip image. If you cool, you smoke this, or you know what I mean? And we feed into those things, and you know, we try to grasp, whether it's, you know, makeup, whether it's, you know, Kim Kardashian is banging, but as you kind of see culture, like that's what is the now, and that's what's going on. So now you see these little girls, they be in the classroom with the Kylie Jenner makeup, you feel me? And because you know, Hollywood is giving us these depictions of what beauty is, or what talent is, or what culture is. And only by this Hollywood guideline book are we comparing each other. So now we're actually comparing the people on our jobs and the people in our workplaces based on this criteria that's actually make-believe that Hollywood is giving us. So that's kind of what we're talking about, diversity in Hollywood. Why are the true depictions not being shown, number one? Also, some of the struggles to get in a role. Is it harder for black people to get a role? Is it harder for women? That's when we're talking about diversity. Is it harder for a woman to get a role? Does a woman have to subject herself in a male-dominated world, whether it's the business world and especially in the entertainment world? What is it like? So with all that, let's introduce our special guest. You're going to have to help me with the pronunciation because you got to roll your tongue a little bit. We have an actress, model, host, somebody who's been in this entertainment industry. I'll let you give more of your background. But you've been in the entertainment. Well, introducing y'all, make some noise. Miss, yes, how you say it?
Yancelin Rivera.
Yancelin Rivera. Yes, I tried.
Thank you for having me
Miss
here.
Yancelin Rivera, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, ma'am. She's here. And so just give us a little bit of your background, where you from, and how, you know, from your origins, you ended up here.
I have a mix. I'm Mexican and Nicaragua, and, you know, I'm Hispanic. So I start open places. I start to knocking doors. I started in the radio. I was 5 years in the radio, like hosting, talking in the morning show. Then I do this TV show that is doing interviews for famous people that calls El Reventón Musical. And now I have my own TV show that is Yancelin Rivera show that is in Miami. Yes, I'm here in Los Angeles because I come to look for more opportunities. Okay. And it's really hard. It's not that easy for a woman. It's not easy. Even though we have a lot of platforms, it's hard because there is everybody looking for that opportunity. And I don't know what's going on. That I don't know if we don't have budget. I don't know if it's harder for Spanish people. They don't give us the opportunity. I feel it when you said about the black people. I think we're in the same situation. Okay, absolutely. So, there's many things you said. So, number one, you had ambitions to, as a young girl coming up, you had like your dreams was to always be in Hollywood, or like what was that? Like you always knew one day I'm gonna be on TV, or how did you kind of fall in love with? Because you said you did radio, then you said you led to your own show. First you was behind the scenes. Now we could see you in all your glory. What was it? Let me tell you something. When you accomplish something, you want more. So you can be comfortable where you are, or you can move and look for more opportunities and looking to be bigger, you know. So now I'm planning to put my show not only in Miami. I want it to be national. Okay. You get me? Yes, so that's another step that I want to take. But it's a hard step because you have to have people who put the money to put you there. You need to have talent. And sometimes it's not even though the talent, it's the connections that you have or what opportunity they want to give you.
Absolutely. So as a woman, like you said, being of Latina descent, right? Latino descent.
Latinos.
Yeah. I don't want to, I don't want to get beat up. But
that's fine.
So I'm sure language can be a barrier. Like say you was going out for a role, language could probably be a barrier for you. What would you say some of the struggles were when for you?
The language, because you have to learn how you express yourself, look the right words so you can use, you know, and sometimes you don't know. You get nervous and you're thinking like, my English is not that good enough. Like I was like, I'm not Salma Hayek here. How I'm gonna speak right now, you know?
Yeah.
And you see those women with those curves, and you're compare yourself. You don't want to. You want to be yourself, but eventually it's something that you cannot help it.
So, with that being said, so you saying like when you see you as a woman, you coming into the game, you almost seeing your competition, and you see them with the curves, and like I was saying earlier, like they're giving you this image of whether it's a Kim Kardashian or whoever it is, whoever the it girl is, of these curves, and this is how you're supposed to be, and that almost, you said, kind of makes you want to become that.
Well, actually, let me tell you, when I see the movies, I see these skinny girls, you know, and I'm curvy. So I always struggle to losing weight so I can look like them.
Oh, the skinny girls?
Yeah.
Because you was always curvy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So Kim Kardashian, it's a new tendency they have right now. Like, it becomes something, a role model that everybody wants to look like her. And she's beautiful, gorgeous. And something, it's like changing. People is not looking for that particular skinny girl anymore. They want to look like Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, you know.
So where does that leave you? Because you're saying like it always changes. If they one day they want the skinny girl, one day they want the curves. So it's like, okay, on Wednesday I'm the skinny girl, and so when they want the curves, is it almost you have to go with what the flow is? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then with your own personal identity, I know you come into the game or the industry like, I want to do this, I want to make a difference here, or I want to play these type of roles. But now you're up against, they want more curves. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. So, it's kind of crazy. Actually, in Spanish word, to be curvy is good. You know, the guys like that.
In the Spanish world, and the whole world.
What type of girls do you like? What type of girls do you think?
I'm married, so I only like one girl. But what I was saying is, so if you don't mind me, I don't want to. Have you ever had any work done to fit that idea, girl?
Yeah.
She said, yeah. She's like, boy, don't be asking that, boy. Okay, so now with that,
I'm gonna make you guess which one you think it is. Why not? You're asking me.
But if I say you got work done on something and it's not real, is that an insult?
No.
Shoot, let me not play this game. Let me see what you got. All right, well, how about y'all guess? Can you can you show the camera, and I'm gonna close my eyes. You see me closing my eyes. And how about in the comments, y'all guess and see which work you think she has done, and then I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
So you gotta stand up for the camera though.
Okay. There you go.
You see it? Is she finished? She ain't finished yet. You finished? She got to do a twirl or something. You see, my audience see all of them ain't saved. We finished? Okay, cool. So in the comments, y'all let me know what work and do you think she got done. So it's my turn.
Okay.
I can't even look. See, all right. Lips? Yes or no? No. Did she say no? Yes. No? Those your real lips?
I didn't say anything.
You have to guess.
You have to guess one surgery that I have done.
Okay. Can you tell me how many you had done?
No, that's cheating. One. You have to guess one surgery.
Your breast.
No.
I didn't look. That's why I didn't know, because I ain't look.
No, I don't
your
have
lips,
it done.
Lips.
No.
No. Chin.
No.
Hips, butt. I'm trying to be politically correct. Your tushy.
What is Tucci mean?
Your butt, girl.
No.
No.
I'm gonna help you because you're lost.
Yeah, I'm trying to be lost on purpose, man.
Okay.
Okay, go.
I did a lipo.
Lipo.
Yeah, in 2012.
In 2012, and that's all the work you had done.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so okay, for sure, she did like. So what is going on in your mind to this is how you are, right? To where it's like, yo, I have to go. Is it number one? Is it scary?
Yeah, because when you never do something like that, you're like, what's going to happen? It's going to hurt. How I'm going to look after this. That I'm going to be okay with that. Because sometimes you do stuff thinking it's going to be something, and real life is something else. Like, you're not going to change your image in your head.
Oh, I seen some of those botched surgery. Like the girl had like a breast right here, and it was like messed her whole situation up. So yeah, it's definitely so. You're going and you're about to make a decision. Like, yo, I'm about to do this, which introduces a whole like health scare almost. You're scared at this point. It introduces a fear. So what are we doing this for? What, like, when you die, like, I'm doing this to better my career. I'm doing this to what is, and not just in your mind, help like our viewers and everybody understand what is a female going through to where, you know, because a lot of the topic is in today's culture is, you know, whether it's the I was born this way conversation, or, you know, what's going on to where you're making a decision like, you know what, I'm going to change who I am for this. You know what I mean?
Because you're insecurity. You have an insecurity. You want to look good because you think with that you're going to be secure of yourself, you know? So you have an insecurity. That's why a girl do that.
Really, that's deep and that's profound. So what you're saying, I don't want to put words in your mouth, is that most of the time somebody, whether it's female, male, it will alter themselves is from a root of insecurity.
Yes, of course, because you see something in TV, like if you want to be in this industry, you have to have, back in the days, you have to have big boobs. They don't have no butt, but you have to do your breasts done. So that was back in the days.
Y'all see when she started talking about she moved her hair out the way. So I caught that. I caught that. Go ahead.
And we get stuff from in other cultures, like, you know, we didn't use extensions. Now we're using it. We love it. We're using eyelashes.
I never even thought about
our
that.
Beauty.
Yeah.
We think we're improving our beauty. That's what we're thinking. So everything that we do it because we want to look better.
Yeah.
But it's an insecurity inside. That you want to feel that insecurity. That doesn't mean if you do 1,000 surgeries, if you don't figure out that in your head, you're always going to be insecure about yourself.
Wow.
So you have to work in that and believe in yourself. And this is something really good that you're talking about, because let's say I go to any job, you know, in the industry. I go and I want to be in acting. And they said, no, you know what? You're not the type of girl that I'm looking.
Yeah.
They, like, you feel bullied. You feel like a disaster. Everything's going wrong in your mind. You said, what did I have wrong?
Wow, I never thought of that. So a girl is like, what she's saying is these people are they're altering themselves. Like, but like they're doing all of this, and now you're going to get this role, and okay, maybe I have to do this, and you know you got your audition in a week, so you're going to do all your sit-ups, so you know you go get that liposuction, or you go get those lip injections, and then you go to what you're seeking, like maybe a casting call or something like that, and that person tells you no, and it crumbles everything you just did, and now you're trying to find something else you could do. So it's almost like it's a never-ending cycle until you hear a yes. But like you said earlier, if you're not doing the surgery in your head, you'll always be looking for something else to change.
That's why I decide, and this is something good about the social media, and everything is growing right now. That's why I decide to make my own opportunities. What that means, my own show.
Yeah.
I get my career, I invest in my show, and it is successful. You know, everybody wants to be there, the Spanish culture. And sometimes I have a lot of, you know, from other cultures, and it's fun. It's good to see that what I see, it become real. And that I don't have to wait that somebody come and give me an opportunity. Of course, I moved to here because I'm looking for that. But you know, but I'm willing to do the move. I'm willing to open whatever bars that I have to open so I can do that I want.
Absolutely. So being a female, that was powerful, by the way. Being a female, what are some of the things you had to deal with? Because I'm sure being in this world, like growing up, I got daughters, so growing up as a woman, like girls get hollered at 13. You know what I mean by hollered at, right? Like, yo, mommy! Hey, baby! Shout out! I know the Spanish dudes be like, but dealing with that, since y'all 12, since y'all like, you can't walk to school without, but then coming into an industry to where this guy is, like you said, girls literally altering who they are, their physical appearance for this person to say yes. So when a girl comes and it's like, you guys know what men want. Like, you guys know men want the cleavage or the, I'm sure. Like, just share with some of the things girl has to go through, because there's a thin line, I feel, between, admiring or, sexual harassment. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. But when, to be honest, like, how is a man, like in my position, if a woman's coming and she's curvy and she's purposely showing off the things that she knows men like, how do that man not disrespect that one? You know what I mean? Like, you can catch a guy looking, like, you know what I mean? And he ain't even mean to do it. Like, and I was having a conversation at work, a lot of women, it depends on who that attention's coming from, just to be 100. Like, depending on who that attention's coming from is if they were classified as sexual harassment or flirting. You know what I mean?
If they like the guy, of course, they're going to enjoy the flirt. But if they don't like the guy, they're going to feel like this dude's...
How do you feel about that? Is that a fair thing for men? How do you feel about it being a woman? Because I'm sure there's been like, you're trying to get a job. I want this job, and all the man is obviously trying to,
That's another thing,
Uh-huh.
When you come for the casting and all that, you have to look to see if the people who's working there, they are professionals. But there are professionals, that's not going to happen. But, everything happened in life. I don't know. It's really hard because some people trying to get benefits from the girls they come to the casting. There are people, they're not professional, and you're risk it. When you're going to a casting, you don't know what you're going to find. You don't know who's going to be there, if he's going to be respectful with you. If he's a liar and it's not going to happen and he wants just something with you. Yeah. So.
Can you give us an historian or example of one time that you was coming for business and it was odd, like, is there a story or something that was like...
Well, it's always, you're always going to find people that they are professionals, but you are a pretty woman and... they like you, so you feel like, okay, this is like too, how can I say, too nice. He's being too nice. So you decide if you want to run away or you're gonna stay there to see what happened.
But 9 times out of 10, if you've already changed your appearance for this yes, and you're probably gonna stay there.
Yeah. So that's depends on the woman's, If I see the guy is professional, I'm going to be working with that person because it's professional. Yeah. If it's not professional, I'm not going to be there. That's why I did my own show. Yeah.
So obviously, I'm not winning too. Obviously that happened to you before. Like, you've been in situations to where it's like, yo, they're not, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's happened to you before too. It's like...
Well, in 2008... I was recording for Miami Film Festival. Okay. We were doing we were doing a movie, and then this director, he was like so nice. And I was like, you know what? I don't like this, how nice he is.
What do you mean by nice, though? Is he, like, being nice and he's, like, touching you? Or is he giving you grapes? What do you mean being nice? Just so we can, because I think...
Like, talking to you in a way that he's like, yes, sweetheart, blah blah, and try
touchy
to
feely, rubbing your back,
and I was like, you know what, I don't want to be in this role.
Yeah.
So I left everything, and it was my dream.
Wow.
And I didn't want to be in that situation, because I know you have an idea and you said, maybe this is gonna end up bad, because this guy is getting too, I don't know.
So how do you deal with a situation like that, to where I want this job, but even because knowing, like, you know, you said you're in Miami, but like Hollywood and the entertainment industry is a real small circle of people. So in that situation, how do you keep your dignity, try not to burn a bridge, you know what I mean? Or what's most important, I would say, in that situation? What's most important to you? Is it to keep the relationship? Is it to keep my dignity? Is it just let me get home and not deal with this? Like, what's the more important when you're like in a situation to where it's like, yo, this obviously is past business. What's important to you?
For me, is my dignity.
Yeah.
You know? Because at the end of the day, a lot of doors can open for you. You don't have to be there dealing with that.
Yeah.
You know? But some girls, they think that's the only opportunity they're going to have, and they take it. And that's wrong, because that's why they continue happening, you know?
Because you keep putting that out there. Personal question. Have you ever used your body to progress in life?
Well, I think if I improve my body and I look nice, of course I'm using my body. If I'm ugly, nobody's gonna come to me and give me an opportunity or be in my show or wants to see my show.
Yeah.
So
you know you gotta.
Of course I know.
Okay, so how? Okay, this is what, as a how do you got a woman who knows, like, yo, my body's dope, I'ma show it off. What advice would you give to a man who, like, it's obvious this girl came and showed her body off? Like, do like just peek, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what advice do you give to a man to deal with that? Like, because it's like, for us, we lions, you know? Like I said, I'm married, but I'm speaking for my brothers. You feel me?
Okay.
What advice would you give to a man to where it's like you said, like, I'm obviously trying to attract you. I know before I left the house that I'm gonna attract you. You know what I mean? Like, I see 90-year-old women with yoga pants on. Like, what in the world? Like, look at grandma. But because that is, you know, and when you come out, it's like everybody loves the attention. Like, I think a woman would go home mad if it's like you went out in that outfit and you ain't get no attention. Like, she'd be like, what the heck? You know what I mean?
I think be a gentleman.
Be a gentleman.
Because you always, when you go into the beach, like, sorry if I don't pronounce it right.
You said the beach?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said when you go into a... Oh, okay, good. I was about to say, we got kids watching. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
So, you see women all the time in bikini, right?
Yes.
But you're not going and harass them because they're in a bikini.
Great point.
So, you can be a gentleman. You can say something nice. You can flirt it that way.
Okay, well, what's nice? Listen, what's nice? Because we got to wrap it. But what's nice? If this girl's purpose is to show me her body, the nice thing I got to say is it's about what I see. So if it's like, I mean...
What are you going to say?
Exactly.
Like, what are you going to say? I want to know what you're going to say.
Let me ask you a question. What's the nicest, sweetest thing when you were purposely trying to show, like, you had on an outfit like that? What's something that you would prefer a man to say to you?
You look like a rose. Or you look like a Coca-Cola.
A Coca-Cola because you want to drink it? What is he talking about?
Because
that's the nastiest thing you can say, right?
No.
Girl, I want to drink that Coke.
They have like a cord.
Oh, so it's okay to compliment. Let's see, I don't even need these tips. These for y'all because my girl body banging. So it's okay, fellas, I guess, to compliment the body. We didn't know that. Y'all didn't know that. That's how I got my wife. That's, you feel me? So we've been supposed to wrap this up. This is an interesting conversation. How long you in town for?
I'm sorry?
How long are you in town from Miami?
I'm gonna leave Sunday.
You're gonna leave Sunday. Let us know where to find you. I'm probably my hands probably all in your shines.
Yeah, of course. They can find me like Yancelin Rivera and Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can look for me. You can see my show in TV Única. You can find TV Única too. And we have a nice interviews with a lot of artists there.
Cool. One piece of advice to women in this industry who realize it's harder for women, who realize it's a male-dominated industry, whatever industry you're in, this world. It's a man's world.
Yes.
Feel me? What piece of advice would you give to women starting their own business, starting out, looking for their identity?
Well, I think you have to be yourself, love yourself, don't respect yourself so anybody can do it, and be trust that you're gonna get there. That's the only thing that I can say. There has to be sure about yourself.
Yeah.
Confidence.
So then confidence start here, not here.
Yeah, I learned the other way, but now I got it.
Oh, she said you lure them in with that, and then you show them you smart. That's what you just said.
No, I learned the other way. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Thank you.
Yo,
Thank you.
I am Gabriel Cannon. The show is The Sidewalk Ends. The network is All Access Broadcasting. Y'all, thank my special guest for coming all the way from Miami. God is good, man. Tupac's still alive. Santa Claus is Satan. And Jesus coming back soon. This is where The Sidewalk Ends.